Hello, welcome. Sorry, we're a little late. A bit of technical issues. Nothing to do with Cloud Strike, thank God. But just Nate's microphone going a little bit bad. Realmhunters episode 2. Viddy, how about you do the recap of what happened and tell us what happened last week?
I'm doing the recap now,
Yeah.
but I wrote it.
Yeah.
It's already right there in our wonderful Discord server.
Okay, and now not looking at it. Tell me what happened last session.
Look, I wrote it this morning. I've already forgotten. I'm so sorry. Well, in the wonderful recap that I wrote over in our Discord, a very short recap of the history of Quinthos, the fact that we are now 193 years past the end of Campaign 2, and in 734 New Dawn. We are in the city of Benzerden, a city that is split in between two warring nations, two they're neighbors who don't really get along well with each other.
Not an open warfare.
Not yet. Of Arvora and Montarathier. In between, this city is divided literally in half, as the entire city is divided on one half of Arvora's side or the Montarathier side. Within the center of the city, though, is the Aether Lyceum, a wonderful magical school that has survived and developed through the years in order to advance magic and the developments of magic and the secrets within, and perhaps some magic art classes or something. There's always got to be an art course within these universities, right? So tax write-off, exactly.
I need to know what a magic art class is like.
A magic art class.
You're in a party with one of them.
Yeah.
Got it.
Within the Aether Lyceum, however, are some very powerful members of society, the headmaster as well as their professors, and they have come across a rather particular and peculiar issue that is happening within the city of Benzerden and perhaps even beyond Benzerden itself. Portals are appearing all over the town. There's one isolated portal within the 10th Realm Tavern, right in the back, and it is within a well. We went to go investigate it. Leo shot a firebolt into it and then summoned 3 creatures and sent us into our first combat. Nobody died. Somebody got gored, I think. People took damage. That's just how D&D combat goes. But
you quite literally got shot on by one of the creatures.
We're not going to talk about that.
Okay.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Yes, Aurelian is a little upset about that one. I am not going to lie. But we got to meet our Team 5, the 5th team that has been put together to go investigate these mysterious portals. And apparently a couple of them have also had experiences with portals in the past before this moment. So that's going to be fun to dig into. We are met with myself, the wonderful Aurelian Vama, who is a radiant bard and aristocratically blooded. I'm still working on that one. We have Rhea, Foxgirl, some sort of sorcerer, some sort of sorcerer, some sort of magic caster, can turn into a fox. Not 100% sure at this point. Really likes pastries, knows nothing about money.
She's from the woods.
I'm from the woods.
She's deep woad, man.
We are also joined by Leo, otherwise known as Lionel Cornelius Van Horn III.
Too many names.
Nice. It is a lot of names. Who is a Lyceum student who has a knack for tinkering and has their way around with social situations, was able to talk to a lot of professors and get a lot of information really quickly, which is a very useful skill in the real world. Too bad this is fantasy and D&D. Narasam, who is a Jorakeen bodyguard, 4-armed, tall, blue-skinned, antenna, has a blindfold on their eyes for some reason, which I wasn't actually in the campaign early enough last campaign to figure out why they have blindfolds on their eyes, and I just decided to go with it because it's kind of cool. Doesn't talk very much, but has killed a lot of things in the last couple of, like, even in the session zeros. So,
Yeah.
very adept. We have Allie, my other bodyguard, who is that's just your title now. You're my other bodyguard. Who
Damn
is a
it.
waterborne elf of some renown from some faraway land with some sigils on their armor. This is Aurelian's point of view, by the way, okay? I don't want you to give me that look. This is Aurelian's point of view. This is all of Aurelian's thoughts. And completely distracted by squirrels all the time.
What?
Exactly. I think that covers everybody.
That covers
This makes up
everybody.
Team 5. Yeah, this makes up Team 5. We haven't died the first combat encounter yet.
Touch wood.
Yet. We literally ended on the end of the last combat encounter. We're doing okay. Nobody got yeeted. Nobody died. Nobody's blind. Nobody's lost a leg yet. So, on to session 2 then.
So,
Let's go.
as we open up shortly after you've spent a bit of time assessing what just happened, what these creatures were, it appears there's one from the lands of Iverillion, one from the demonic wastes of Zar Corvad, and one from the land of fairies. Usually creatures that aren't seen together. It's been a little bit of, let's say, a couple hours since that happened. Back inside the tavern, a bit of food and drink was brought out for you just to decompress after that fight. And almost about an hour or two after, kind of as you're sitting around, just let's say an hour, just for timing's sake. The door to the tavern creaks open once more, and there's a very kind of just like dark and lean guy, just looks kind of plain, half elven, kind of got like this dull white hair, like dull white eyes, like colors of storm clouds, and by all accounts just a very regular face. And he pulls out two quietly beautifully bound scrolls, and he goes, hello. I'm looking for the very gracefully called Team 5.
Yeah, we're working on the name. Hello.
Here, these are you're the first people that have actually fought anything outside of those portals. What travels fast in the city. This is a request of summons from. 1 second, let me just see. Kind of pulls out small spectacles. The Lady Tavis and the Lord Colana. Different manses. Request your summons to talk to you about the ongoing incursions. Various expertises and such.
Take the scroll.
Yeah.
What do we know
Sorry,
about
news-
these people?
News travels very quickly. Rhea hasn't stopped bleeding.
Oh,
Oh shit, she's bleeding. Hang on, hold up.
look,
Hello,
make your way to them at your given time. It's not by means like a legal summons or anything, but
It's
you
a
will.
request.
It's a request.
sorry.
Fancy scroll.
There were 2 scrolls?
There are, yes. The Lady Tavis of Mantarathir and the Lord Koliana from Arvora.
Wonderful. Thank you. We'll consider the requests and attend shortly.
You like lean.
Puts a hand out.
Like as we... Oh, he wants a tip.
You can get. We're students. You can get your tip from your masters. Goodbye.
I'll give him a gold.
Thank you. As he clinks it up and
Not a
catches it.
problem.
I lean over. I'm
A
like,
gold.
Where are those places? Are those people important? That's a very fancy scroll.
Avora's from my home.
Mhm.
And what was the other one?
What's out there?
The Lady Tavis of Mantarathir.
It's the 2 opposite factions.
And Mantarathir is more my realm of Inzeridin.
I'll hand the scrolls over to Aurelian. What do you make of these?
Before I open up the scrolls, do I know the names Lady Tavis and Lord Colana?
Roll me a history check for each of them. I'll
God,
say
okay.
Lord Colana, make a disadvantage though.
Oh, okay.
What about myself, Lady Tavis? No, sorry, which one was
history?
from
You can do
Avora?
it, but you got to flip the order. So
Oh, okay.
I see what's going on here.
And
So
myself.
you
Do
can
I know
do
anything
both
in my
straight
travels?
roll.
Cool. Thank you.
Myself?
no.
No.
21 for Lady Tavis, and it is a 7 for Lord Kalana.
Lord Colana, not much. Lady Tavis, from what you know, she's a bit of an expert on some of the more sinister magics within Mantarthir that some people would frown upon, like just in general, like because in theory Mantarthir has an uncut regulation on any studies of magic, such like blood magic and stuff like that. She's kind of rumored to be dabbling in that, but she's also quite the expert in common rumors is she's used the Wode's pathways to travel to different realms of existence in the past. So maybe that's why she's interested in these portals that are going on. She might have information. But she's also an extremely wealthy woman who's very well connected.
20 and 21.
20 and
Lord,
21.
Damn.
So you would know for the Lord Colana, he comes from a long line of praised historians, specifically for like other side of the world stuff, like War of the Gods, all stuff on that side. He's known to be a bit more of a philanthropist within Arvora, kind of just investing as he sees fits in fun adventures that sometimes make him money and sometimes lose him a great expense. And for Lady Tavis, you kind of, the name rings a bell as she's a blood mage from Mantarthir. And
Cool.
Ali.
What's a 5 and an 8 gonna get me?
The names you definitely recognize as nobility or aristocrats from each side, but for individual stuff, it's kind of outside of your homeland's kind of realm.
I
of
haven't
repute.
figured it all out yet.
Yeah.
Off of 5 and an 8. This is where we find out that Allie's like a princess or something.
So,
So, Aurelian's gonna hold up the scroll from Lady Tavis and go, this one I'm assuming has probably felt a little bit of a disturbance to the Force and was able to indicate it and was able to send a message over. This one, however, I have no idea how they found out. Does anybody know Lord Kalana?
Only insofar as Lord Kalan is a philanthropist. I have no idea how they would have found out about the events of an hour ago.
Of an hour? No, this was. We're
Well,
still bleeding. I'm still covered
it's
in
been about
vomit.
an hour since the creatures came out of the portal.
Oh, I'll whip my wand out and cast prestidigitation to clean Aurelian's robes. Are you hurt?
No, I'm absolutely fine, but that one
Rhea?
is.
Can I have your TikTok
I will.
thing?
Oh yes, quite right. I'll pull out a small little device that
Yeah.
looks just
She just wants to fiddle with your thing. Like, she wants healing, but she just wants to fiddle with your thing. It's a little cool.
Yeah. A small round disc that looks to be a clockwork in origin with four small spider legs, the brass spider legs that come out. I'll hold it up against Rhea's shoulder and hit it with my wand. It just you just relax, all right? I'll hit it and you see a painless shockwave of electricity hit a wave over Rhea's body, and I'll cast Cure Wounds at level 1.
I play the spider.
Yeah, all right.
Now that you've been good, now you can have the spider.
How injured
you
is
heal-
everyone else?
You heal 6 hit points.
Thanks.
Aurelian didn't take any damage.
Anyone use any more healing or?
I mean, I'm down 2 HP, but I think we're fine.
I'm alright.
Alright, cool.
I don't need to use anything much.
You guys
Got a
watch
little
then
Band-Aid on her forehead.
as Ali puts a hand to her like chest, and then I assume there's like a little flower pot type thing or like vase in the center of the table. She just sticks like 2 of her fingers into the vase so she's in contact with the water, and it runs up her arm and heals the wound just a little bit.
That's so
And
cool.
I give myself 3 hit points. That's it.
Is that just something you can do all the time?
Yeah, it takes a lot of effort. But it's something that's native to creatures who have been affected like me.
Oh.
Yeah.
So are all of your people like that, or is it like a special thing that only happens to some of your people?
Those who have been influenced by the elements of the water can heal. Much like I'll catch a side eye with Leo, and like the gusts of wind that our friend Leo can produce.
Very close to the same neighborhood.
Yeah, it's just whatever caused us to be created like that, slightly different.
So cool. I wish I had something like that. I'm
Well,
just boring.
What do you mean? You can
Look
turn
at the
into a
fox
fox.
ears.
That's amazing.
It's not that I can turn into a fox, really. It's that I can turn into a person.
Sorry?
So the fox
Yeah.
is the normal part of
That's-
this?
Yeah, we always start off like that, and then once we grow up, we like find our form. And we can go back and forth.
Okay. Righto.
Curious.
Maybe we're all like that. And
That
I
would
didn't
be
really
so
learn about it
weird.
until later because Paparelli and Granny are the ones who raised me.
Fair enough. Okay. Do I
With the
know anything about like the aging of Kitsune?
Probably not.
Okay, cool. So she just looks around what you said, like mid 20s,
Early
Ish.
20s.
early 20s. Cool, cool, cool.
Yeah, she looks young, but not like a kid.
Ali looks
I-
younger than you.
I think the second that Aurelian heard, we're all like that. Aurelian's gonna turn away from the group and walk back towards the tavern and try to find a Rinthra.
Yeah, she's kind of just waving
just
down
like-
stuff.
Darling, Arinthra.
Yes, dear.
I know you offered a room to Allie, but do you mind if we just use that room to just, take a breather from all of our activities outside? We need a private space for a moment to discuss a couple matters.
Yeah, how about we there's a room on the third floor. It's not so much a bedroom or anything, it's more of a meeting space. A little planning room.
Take
yeah,
it for a
she
couple
kind
of
of
minutes.
takes
We
like
won't
a
be there
big
long.
heavy thing of keys and just starts counting through them. And hands you one.
Thank you. We'll be in and out. We'll be just a moment. Won't even know we're here. Turn back around towards the group and go and present the key and go. Okay, private space to talk. We have 2 messages to look over, and I'm assuming this is the beginning of which side we take in this city.
Seems like. Can I see that key for a minute?
I hand it over.
Have a look at it for a second. Take the full minute. All right, thank you. Create a copy. She can have a key back.
Oh, that's
I'm gonna hold on to the key and give it back to her when we're done, so she doesn't know.
right. That's
I'll spin the key by the key. It just disappears in my hand.
Wonderful. Great. Go up the stairs, 3rd floor, meeting room.
He's busy.
And, well, Aurelian is just going to, Aurelian doesn't have, the capabilities to do, a scan of, the room, but we'll just quickly make sure that, we're alone, there's nobody peeping on us, there's nobody following us.
You can also ask if anyone else does, if that's something he would do.
You can see him, visually kind of, checking the space.
Give me a
so
perception
you know
check.
that, Mhm. And I think that, with Aurelian doing it, that like Narasam and Ali would definitely know what's going on here. Perception, you say?
Yeah.
That is a 15.
15. More so by reputation than by actual looking around. You know, Rinthra is pretty good for her word with stuff like this. And looking around, you can't see anything that would denote that she would have been deceptive in it's a private space. Seems okay.
Okay. Coast is clear from a visual inspection. Can anybody here know how to look for the invisible things? You know, the little spy things.
Why would you
Oh,
need to do
yes.
that?
Well, if this is... We were attacked by monsters less than an hour ago. We now have
Yeah.
2 offers sitting in our hands
Mm-hmm.
from 2 opposite ends of the city. Somebody is keeping an eye, if not listening and open ears, and will very much know the second that we come to a decision.
I'm gonna point to the drawer key.
I mean, if we're gonna come to a decision anyways, why does it matter?
I can
Because it
look
gives-
for.
Because
Sorry,
it gives
I can look-
leverage.
Leverage for what?
Gives us an opportunity to actually present our case and make our decisions accordingly.
What case do we have? What do you mean?
This is a very important decision.
Why? I mean, we
Because
can
the
talk to
lic-
both people.
I mean, she's not wrong.
She's
is
not
not
wrong.
wrong.
We can talk to both. At this stage, I feel like no one really cares who we are.
I feel like Lady Tavis might.
No, I don't think so.
I've never heard of her before.
Yeah, why might she care?
We are very small parts of this whole thing going on. I do not think that people would care too much if we speak to, well, other people.
In dipping our toe into the political waters of sponsorship and I think they would expect that we would shop around.
Of course.
So
Makes
we're going. We're
perfect
talking to
business
people
sense.
and we're shopping.
It's a
I don't
turn
think
of
we've got-
phrase.
Time for that right now.
This is
I-
gonna be a long campaign.
Now, Sam,
Aurelian-
if anyone can see magic, it's probably you. My lenses run out of power. Would you mind taking a look around? Picking up what Aurelian's putting down. Narasam?
Sorry, I was muted there.
It's an occupational hazard.
Narasam was trying to like reach out to us telekinetically, and it's just like,
Yeah,
oh wait, there's
yeah.
no signal.
Just static, just TV snow. Just
Sorry, what I was going to say before, Des, is that Narasam is going to reach out using Hellsight to take it, just have a little peep around
God, he's a
the
badass.
immediate. Have a look around the
Um,
immediate vicinity to see if there's anything hiding around us. With
You are
specifically
confident
creatures
without
of
a
the dead.
doubt that there isn't.
Right.
Between that
I've
and your own
still,
Jorkeen sight, you're fairly confident.
I have still scanned the area, and it is clear. Nothing around us, at least I can tell.
does it ping off any of us?
You're not hiding using magic.
No, that was AJ asking. Because I'm just
I
curious.
know.
Well then, on to business.
Aurelian will hand back the Lord Kolana note back to Leo because it seems as though they know more about Lord Kolana, and Aurelian will open the Lady Tavis note.
When you open the Lady Tavis note, it's first and foremost just it's the quite like full filigree at the top, from the estate of the Lady Lindis Tavis of Mantara Thyr. You've been cordially invited to her manse to treat for any information that may transpire around the well and slash portal around the back of the 10th Realm Tavern. The Lady Tavis is and has always been interested in such people that are capable of dealing with matters in a discreet yet efficient way, and should you prove to be able to handle such tasks, perhaps there could be a working relationship for you. Signed, Lady Tavis.
Well,
Se-
that was
Seems succinct enough.
very much what I expected. It's a job offer.
But we're already on a job.
This is for after this job is done.
Oh.
Perhaps.
Maybe.
Shouldn't we wait until we finish this one first?
Not
Well,
necessarily.
Now we're going back to the money concept, where we need a constant flow of income in order to survive in this realm.
You're fighting a battle that I've long since worn the scars for, Aurelian. Rio, it would be very useful. These people might have things that could help us in our current exploits.
With.
Perhaps, or perhaps.
Okay, I'm on board.
Just like that.
The only
Again.
reason why I'm here is to close the Ember Rifts. Why would I walk away from anything that could help that?
Very smart.
I have my moments.
I was talking to Ria, but anyway.
Des, this is gonna be really weird. Can I make can I make an insight check in this letter to see if there are other kind of like off tones, or like if there's anything, like if you're reading through like a car contract, like dealership, it's like you read through it, it's like, oh, like this thing.
Trying to read
Is
between
this
the
a
lines.
predatory agreement?
Yeah.
Yes, but how predatory?
Ooh, that's real good.
Is this contract going to jail?
Oh,
Yes.
my proficiency is still not great though. That was a natural 20 for 22.
Okay. The best way I could say it is, after kind of like looking it over and being stride for a long time on most of it.
Can I say what I'm looking for?
Yeah.
So, hearing what Ria just said about like closing the Ember Rifts, I don't know if like that would be like the case, or that would be of the interest of Lady Tavis, because the way that you describe Lady Tavis is that she goes in and out of the world using portals, right?
Yeah, but portals, all Ember Rifts are portals. Not all portals are Ember Rifts.
You would not go into an Ember Rift.
You're not his dad. You can't say that.
No, but I've been in one, so I'm close enough.
His dad is
Look,
in
my
one.
dad- Yeah,
His
my
dad's
dad's still
not here
there.
right
How
now.
dare you? It runs in the family.
Ran
I
in
mean-
the family.
The start of a
Why
tradition.
would you say that?
Have you met him?
But that's
no,
that's
you
essentially what I'm
couldn't
looking
really-
for.
You can't really gain that, but what I will say is you gain that this looks like it's one of many letters that has been written for a few of the adventuring parties that are doing this sort of work. For kind of like pre-written to be like, if someone catches her eye, they're going to get one of these.
Bye, AJ. We'll miss you.
So
First
you
thing
know
he
when
says-
one of you know
Yeah,
when
Finch
when
AJ.
I'm here.
Leo, you know when you get a scroll from one of the various banks here in Benzeradin saying that they're going to take care of all of your student debt?
Oh yes,
This is one of them.
it's a scam.
Not necessarily. She's targeting all of the teams. This is not unique to us.
Oh, it's a net. Got it.
What does yours say?
Uh,
This
But
is
I
a
will cast
stark
exposition.
contrast. As you open it up, it looks like the quill in the ink pot was changed maybe several times writing this letter. It's clearly spilled on like half of it. It starts out to the, and then it's scribbled out and it goes, from Lord Kolana. And then it's scribbled out and goes, from Lord Egoth Kolana. I've heard word of your exploits in the 10th realm. It is quickly reported to me that you were able to handle it with a astute and minimalizing any form of damage to the property. Wait, so that's kind of cool. I'm looking for people I could invest in perhaps someday if you'd like to talk. Lord Agath Kolana.
I thought we sounded out of our depth.
He really needs to take a calligraphy class, or take his time.
Why? It looks like he cared a lot. He obviously
Someone-
cared more than the lady did.
In
I
stark
mean, it's
contrast,
personalized.
Yeah, it does feel more personalized, right? Can I make an insight check on this note too?
Yeah, can I also assist in that, Des? Because I'm looking to see if this is sincere or whether
Make a separate
Uh,
check.
the Lord is trying to put forward a front of giving a fuck.
20.
20.
Ooh,
Okay.
I think I beat that. Yeah, that's
How?
23.
It seems far
I
more
think, yes.
genuine. Perhaps what Ali you would get from some nobility you've seen is a lot of times they hire people to do these letters and like they will read aloud rather than write themselves. And this looks like he kind of did this in a rush and was like, "Oh fuck, gotta get something down."
Reactionary.
Yes.
Hmm. It wasn't
Um,
a pre-prepared thing.
No.
He heard wind that Lady Tavis was sending the note out, and he went, "Fuck, I'd better do something."
Perhaps.
Or
Uh,
he heard us, or he just heard about us in general and was like, I know that other people will jump on this. I want to do it too.
This is a land grab.
And,
They're looking.
Sounds fun.
They're looking to hire both of them.
and
One of
Erling,
them
you
is
said a 20.
casting. 20, yes.
Were you looking for the similar sort of information, or were you looking for something different?
What I was essentially looking for is like, why is it spilled? Like, why is ink spilled? Why is there so many different like scratch marks? I'm looking at like insight as to like.
Oh,
Why
far
this
from.
is happening.
So this is something you can relate to specifically.
Mhm.
This was like
Handwriting, exactly.
this handwriting is almost like he was walking and writing at the same time.
Okay.
So it's literally just like, oh fuck, I dropped my ink. Oh shit, do you got a quill?
Here's where we're currently standing. I hold up the note from Lady Tavis, the nicer filigreed one that was clearly written by somebody else.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We have a very well put together individual who's casting a very wide net and is trying to get multiple teams involved and trying to hire as many as she can. And I point to Lord Kalana's note, the ink blotched, ink stained, very rushed, cross out one. And on the other side, we have an individual who really wants to speak to us.
Let's go with him. Or at least first.
Well, that's what I was thinking. We could go to him first, or we know that he is going to be looking for us in particular, meaning that we have more time. So we go talk to Lady Tavis first.
But obviously
Yep.
he cares more, right?
Exactly. He cares more, meaning that
Precisely, he
he's
can wait.
waiting to listen to us.
But it
Lady
isn't it
Tavis, on the
better
other
to-
hand, may want efficiency and discretion
Why would she cast a wide net if she's not interested in multiple parties?
because she's looking for the best party out of all of them.
Hmm. I
You
don't know,
catch
it
more
just
fish
feels
with
like-
a bigger net.
I guess it just feels like if someone's going to be genuine and caring, that it's best to return that to them, you know? Instead of making them
And we
wait
will.
because you feel like that they'll be, you know? I don't know.
Well,
Practically speaking, are both of these people in Vinzeridin?
Yes, both of them have maps. As you turn over Lord Kalana's letter, on the back is actually just a hand-drawn map with like a "You are here" and like
my point exactly.
That's convenient.
What a man.
Which manor is closer?
Lord Kalana's. They are different directions. though.
Yeah.
I mean, this one's closer.
But Lord Kulana wants to talk to us. Lady Tavis may not be willing to give such.
I think we just
not
decide
to give as
to
nice
see
of a.
one now.
Lord Kalana wants to speak to us now. He was in a hurry writing this. I think
Lady
it makes sense that
Tavis will want the quickest recipients.
No, she won't. You said she'd want the best.
She'd
Just
want
whoever's
efficiency,
fastest, just make them the best.
efficiency, and discreetness. Efficiency is part of quickness.
Efficiency also means getting the job done. Just because you're able to show up first doesn't mean that you're the right people for the job.
Well, apparently we were the first ones to come to the well.
Well, I mean, there is a third option.
What is?
There is the third option.
We say fuck both of them.
Well, in a manner of speaking, yes. These aren't the only sponsors that are interested in getting this done. We've already met
So
our
why
first.
don't we shop around and get the best experience
Precisely.
now?
I
We should
think
shop
we should
around.
just-
I'm not saying we don't. I'm saying we should talk to all of them. Politically speaking, if someone is aggressively targeting us for communication, then we should reciprocate that response.
Another option. Our
Okay,
job
well-
here in the tavern is not actually done. I'm not overly sure if it's wise to drop everything to go and speak to two different direction lords, ladies, you know. I think
These people.
should we discuss what we learned here so that we can know what we are talking about with them? Just so there's no like crosstalk or anything
we'll
like
do
that.
that
Should
on
we,
the way.
Do we have any theories?
It's sucking magic and siphoning it from somewhere. That is.
Leo
Okay.
shot a
Clearly
firebolt at
established.
it. Leo shot a firebolt at it, and it did not like it. So it sent three
That's,
individuals.
Clearly-
that's
to
what
the side.
happened.
Mm.
That is what happened.
Yeah, the firebolt is what happened, but I don't think it was a response. I think I'm perhaps overloaded. Whatever's siphoning.
Well, you know, everything comes
Magic
in
through.
threes. First, Rhea threw a rock at it, and then you threw mud at it for whatever reason, and then you shot the firebolt, and then it sent three back.
He threw dust at it because he wanted to see how large it was around it. I threw a rock at it because the last time I found a portal that ended up sucking me in, it had a gravitational pull that pulled me in, literally.
Oh.
I got
can see why you
stuck
dropped out of
floating until
university.
it pulled me in.
I
Uh,
think perhaps we should maybe at least go back to the Lyceum and speak about this.
Okay.
No. I'll also
We're
clarify.
in a-
You were told no one should go into the well until you were absolutely ready. I.e., for
Mhm.
out of context, point of no return. For like, you're going in.
Yeah.
It's
Um,
the end of the level.
It's where the boss battle is.
It is.
This is
yeah.
that's where the cutscene happens.
That's where I killed Rhea.
Exactly.
I think
I mean,
I
Can you stop
agree.
joking about killing me?
I agree with Narasam. I think going back to the Lyceum and
Okay, I don't think you all understand how things work in Mentarathea.
And I don't think
No,
you understand
I'm-
how things work in politics.
Oh my god. Can we just please decide on a course to take? We are spending far too
Agreed.
much time here. This is pointless right now. Let us decide on something and do it.
If the hoity-toity lady only cares to see us because we showed up first, we don't need her anyways.
I think we should
agree.
see her regardless.
Oh,
We
agreed.
should
sounds
see
like
It's just
everyone
I don't think we
regardless.
should drop everything at the hat just because she sent out multiple letters.
Neither of the letters said to see them immediately or put any sort of immediate time frame on us for seeing them. So,
I like going to the school first.
Yeah.
Because regardless of how many letters we get or how many people we see, if we can't do the job, they're probably not gonna still want to be friends.
Well,
also
if
the
we're-
fact
yes.
that we can't seem to agree on as a group one direction to go for each of these people, so at least the Lyceum is something that we can all agree on for now.
You do realize
Yes.
that going to the Lyceum is also a loss for me, because it is not going to Lady Tavis first. We're losing
If
I
the
time
know-
only way that
sitting
you win
here and
is if
deciding.
if the only way you win is if everybody follows your directions, then that's not a decision, that's a dictator. I didn't say that. Rhea doesn't know what a dictator is. Sorry. Never mind. Then that's just
so I will point
bossy.
out, if you want to go to
Gift of
the,
gab. Oop.
you could very easily loop by Lord Colana's manse by taking a small detour on your way to the Lyceum.
Leo, being familiar with the town, will point that out.
Mhm.
Because also, you also have to consider how much do you have to report to the Lyceum as of right now, other than you fought 3 creatures.
Another reason to go to the
Not a whole lot.
Lyceum is that is most likely where Ophelia is, and she was the first to go into one of
She
these
was.
rifts.
Right, but she went to a different realm altogether. Okay, hold on.
We
First
also
off,
don't know how often the realms change. We had 3 different creatures. It could be changing like this.
okay.
Yeah.
Moving on, we're not going to go see Lady Tavis. I understand that much. We're probably going to the Lyceum or going to see Lord Kulana.
I mean, we'll still
Let's
see
go to-
her.
For the,
just
Then
for
not
the
let's go-
record, I would like to see this Lady Tavis.
We'll go see Lady Tavis. She's probably going to be a little upset, so we should bring more information then. Who's able to identify these creatures?
Not give it a shot.
Well, at least one of those is definitely from Bay.
Des, would I recognize the
You've already
demonic looking one?
I know.
Yeah,
I know you said
I
at the
have.
very beginning of the session.
Yeah.
I just
No,
don't
you're
remember
definitely
the
able to
flavor.
identify what these are. Like that is information you have. You know, that, like maybe not the intricacies of like the hierarchy of demon or the like the exact creature of negative energy, but you know there was a creature of negative energy. You know there was some form of fey being, and there was a demon.
Now,
Ali has no idea.
these. Now we have these 3 creatures from these 3 different realms. Sound familiar to anyone?
That's a Fey creature. They wander
that
through
is
every now
demon.
and then.
Where did Ori end up?
Oh, Sirius? Or no?
I believe Ori ended up in Osiris. No, Ori
Yes.
ended up in the Fae, didn't they?
No, they ended up with a
Yeah, it
demon
was
because
the-
Oh
they,
no, they were the
they-
ones with the child and the they cut their balls
they
Yeah.
made
off.
a
Exactly
pact
that one.
because they have
They got their what?
What?
Oh, they promised their firstborn child they can't have children.
yeah,
That's the whole thing.
kind of funny. Like the
The
whole
other
work
two-
around of the pact. Anyway,
The other 2, I did not catch the names. We're not even counting Ophelia in the first one. There were 3 individuals that Ori said ended up in different realms. Is that correct?
Celia went to Vitriza, whatever. One of them
Yeah.
went to the realm of sleepless dreams. I don't remember what it's actually called. Sorry. Another went to what was it? It
That's
sounded
Sotho.
judgment-y.
Oh, principal.
Thank you.
Principal.
And then another went to the demon.
okay.
So for 4 different visits,
Mhm.
3 creatures that line up with 3 out of 4 of those visits. Where's the 4th creature?
It might not necessarily have come through.
L-
I mean, are all
light-
of those places aggressive?
I'm gonna light up a fireball in my hand. A firebolt in my hand. We could go find out.
So, you know, I'm just gonna let you guys cope with that.
I don't think that is wise.
I don't
hey,
either.
Hey chat,
it was a
you know what
bad
that
joke.
means? That means that we've gone off on a tangent so deep and so
Yeah.
intricate that
We
Des
cooked
hasn't
too
even
hard.
thought about this, and we're now going off of a completely different branching concept and storyline.
No, you're not
And-
that far gone. It's more just you've already like
Huh.
one of the creatures that came out of that portal does not line up with any of where those people went in.
The
Like the negative energy.
the negative energy one is not from any of those places.
Oh, I did not know that. That's just
Yeah.
really not knowing.
Yeah. Now, mind you, it's more than those people that have gone in. That's the ones that they saw. There have been more
Yeah.
people that have gone into this.
Those are the recorded ones that we have from that one guy.
So, what have we learned about the portal so far? Is that they're essentially they're a 2-way door.
No,
It's getting
it's a
bigger.
revolving door.
Is it what?
It can't just be a 2-way door, or else it would only go to 2 places.
Well, you know what I mean. It's a 2-way door to all 9 realms.
In a
It's a ne-
way,
it's a
we don't know
nexus.
if we don't
It's
know
one
if
of those
you can
very
come back
strange-
through it.
It's one of those very strange revolving doors that have hallways that lead into other directions. You just keep going around and around in circles until you don't
Yeah.
know where you are anymore.
We don't actually know if anybody can come back through a portal once they've gone through. It's very strange because there's no visual indicator for portals, which normally do. It's different from the portals that I've seen because there's no gravitational pull on it. There's a lot of weird things about this portal in particular. Also, it's getting bigger over time.
Well,
So it's
there
not
wasn't
like-
a gravitational pull, but, and I point to Leo, there was definitely a pull of some kind, wasn't there?
Which is also very strange for normal portals.
Yes, it was not a gravitational pull. It was more of an emotional or psychic pull.
There is
And
also
also,
the
poor Poppet died as soon as she went through.
You're quite right. I should probably get on that. I'll pull out a small brass brazier and take out. Running. This is the last of time I can do this for a while. Chuck in a small little bed of herbs that seem to be dried. Put them on the bottom and light a stick of insects. I can hear you and I'll
Insects?
join in. I just need to get this.
Incense.
Incense.
Yep.
Okay.
Are we not going to talk about the weird coincidence in the fact that there is a portal to 9 realms at a place called the 10th realm?
Well, don't we think somebody did it intentionally? They were
This
trying
is
to
Could
Right.
this
think
just be
they
a
were
really
funny.
bad prank?
No, I just think
It-
it's a very poor writing decision.
Fuck.
And you wanted to kill me off.
Oh, your
Uh-huh,
dad's
yeah.
just not living in that portal. I'm sorry. That's...
I'm not here. I'm not here. I'm not here.
Look, Aurelian's coming after everyone, okay? Des,
cast
just because you're not a
invisibility.
player at this table.
Oh, you are.
Um,
Don't be throwing
playing
stones
with
in glass
fire.
houses.
The
But-
portal's symptomatic.
yeah. Is it? It's.
Also,
I don't
those
know, it-
portals
it
aren't
seems-
long like that. There's no gate.
It's not a portal. It's a siphon. I say as I'm reading out the
Yeah.
incantations for Poppet.
I just thought I'd
You
bring
can see
that
magic,
up 'cause
right?
it's-
Just kind of like. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no.
Directing it over to her wonderful friend. You can see magic, right? Like actually see it. What does the portal look like to you?
As I mentioned, it is pretty much siphoning magic through it.
In or out?
In.
In.
It's a sinkhole.
How much
Yes,
magic?
that is an accurate way of putting it. This is like a funnel.
How much magic? More than any of us can produce.
From memory, does yes.
It's pretty difficult to tell when it's just kind of like, I would say like
idle.
ambient idle magic that's just kind of being drawn in
Yeah.
lazily. Like it's not
What's like the
anyone's.
Jeep? What's like the gallons per minute of like this?
The way
the
it
amount
is
of magic?
working, it is just absorbing in the ambient magical energy in the area, but if anything was cast, it would suck that in as well. But considering that we are not in a highly magical, well, naturally magical area, it has not much to suck in.
That's why I think the creatures came out. I think I spiked it. Created a ripple in the whirlpool.
From Papa Relly's magic lessons, would I know anything about like magic in the world, or, like how it like if it flows between the different planes or anything like that, or in general,
No.
or if it can run out or anything?
No, that wouldn't. You know, it can magic in theory, like as most people would. Like, there's the common consensus that magic is of the old gods, that it's a natural force that is studied. Now people know this as like fact in Quentos, that when we as mortals cast spells, it absorbs some of the innate magic throughout the realm, and it's the presence of the old gods that exudes actual magical presence. So
Does that mean that there's old gods in all of the realms?
there's old gods across a lot of the cosmos. Rhea wouldn't know about the realm specifically,
Yeah.
but that's how mortals do magic anyway. Humanity.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, once Poppet's done, I think we should probably just go talk to people. Because
A
we're
couple
just,
of
it feels
minutes.
like we're just talking in circles.
It's okay,
I
Leo.
think-
Take as long as you need.
Aurelian,
Yes.
can you compromise and let's just for the sake of it say that we'll go see Golana first, and then we'll go see immediately after Davis?
That's absolutely fine.
Right.
good to me.
There we go.
So, poof, Hobbit comes up.
I snatch her up.
Still got that
Hey.
new rabbit smell.
I just thought of a new Realmhunters drinking game. Take a shot every single time Poffit dies.
No.
Oh no.
We'll die.
Absolutely.
We will
Yeah, we
obliterate.
will die.
No one's got poison resistance, and we can't do lay on hands on this campaign.
Not yet.
So,
At this time, Ali has also had another beverage.
Where
perfect.
did
So,
you even get that from?
you're in a bar. Where wouldn't you get it from?
True, true.
Actually, no, Ali just found ends on the counter from someone who was here like 2 days ago. Well, what?
Oh no.
I mean,
Alcohol's
If she's
preservative, it's
desperate.
fine.
So-
Allie, no. Oh god.
As you all begin to, I assume at this point, return the key to Rinthra.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Populated as it gets more late in the evening, and then the kind of the cordoned off area to the back gets kind of like, hey, people don't go here, but you're all pretty sure by the end of the night that yes, adventuring parties are going to come and check this out, but some stupid people are probably going into that well tonight, regardless of
3
banners
people
put
will
up.
die.
Look,
Are
until
there any other
it's-
adventuring parties in the tavern right now?
No, but you know you weren't the first ones to come in. You were
Yeah.
told that.
But we were
right
the
now-
first ones to fight something.
You're the first ones to make something come out of it. But
Wonderful.
right now, no. It appears, I'll say in the time that was here, it's kind of a... Like, you were also one of the last teams, apart from that team that blew themselves up almost immediately after you, to really take on this. So most of them have got a head start on you.
Was that in the headmaster's office, like Team 6?
Yeah, Team 6, and the stairwell down outside of it. Just like,
That's what
The
that was.
seals. Yeah.
yeah.
4 clicks to the left. Don't do that.
Do not hand Rhea the ball.
So, as you all walk your
She
way
will
through...
take it.
I assume walking and talking at this stage, making your way,
Yeah.
kind of the hastily drawn map. It gets you there. There's definitely a more efficient way you could have gotten here, and I'd say at times a combination of Leo and Aurelian go. We can actually just cut through here. It'll be a little bit quicker. You get your way to what is a large and impressive estate, gated at the front. The building within seems to have like 4 different buildings that are kind of within this like gated area. The main structure itself rivaling like some of the best taverns in the city. There's statues lining the kind of walkway and various sort of water features around, and this kind of like large pond that kind of sweeps around like a wet moat throughout the entire thing. As you get to the gate, kind of idle there. There's this like
me and
large kind
Leo
of pole.
Me and Leo
for
are kind
that.
of talking. It's like, see, exactly. This is the kind of person who wouldn't cut through that alleyway. That's why it wasn't on the map.
Yes, but we are the kind of people that would cut through that alleyway.
Okay, ding dong.
There's a couple seconds where a kind of just like very plain looking gear, leather armor, spear, shield goes. Can I help you?
We have a summons.
May I see it?
Of course.
All right. All looks in order. Kind of flips it. Yep, that's his. Right, rolls it up. Follow me, please.
Good, good.
The Lord is in
t-
his. He's in his library as he takes you to the second largest building off to the right hand side, and it. By the time you get to this very start, you can see there's like this kind of small foyer that leads through, and there's like rows and rows of bookcases. As you kind of get there, you see a familiar looking person, the guy who originally delivered the letters there, standing there, just kind of holding a tray. Oh, you all made it. Are you looking for the Lord?
Please.
Yes.
Puts it straight down. He walks in, kind of opens the doors into the library, and kind of just looking around as he goes in. And then as he kind of gets to the fireplace, he just turns around and he goes, "So glad you came."
Fuck.
No, hang on. He had her writ as well.
Lovely to meet you,
Lord Eggoth.
I'm-
You can call me Eggy. Egg. Anything, really.
Oh, fucking hell.
Lovely to meet you, Lord
Okay.
Agath. I'm sorry for my
Again.
curtness before. It had been a Thank you for your invitation.
You're more than welcome. And Ali flicks the gold coin back to you.
Thank you. God
It-
damn it.
I rolled a 15 on insight. Is this actually Eggy?
Yeah, it seems like it. Lane by all accounts, but here he is.
My lord, how can we be of service?
Well, honestly, it's I suppose that's me who could be of service, I guess, in this overall thing. Obviously, pretty much everybody's looking at the 10th realm right now with vested interests, and well, I'm obviously one of them. People that can get this sort of work done. Well, we get a lot of adventurers coming through here. There's even a small group of Shadow Paradox that are taking on this task, which is kind of cool.
Oh,
What are those?
impressive.
They're a big adventuring company from over in Zarsan.
Yeah,
I don't know what that is, but
The other side of the continent. But look, I've been keeping an eye on it. I've got people in the tavern that are kind of letting me know how things go, and
Clever.
you were the first one that really well, shook the boat. So look, impulsive. What can I say? Just wanted to get to see it. See who's taken, who shook up the waters first.
That was Leo. He shot it with a firebolt.
It was scientific in nature. I
Yeah, look,
had
it's all
You
about
can
research, isn't it?
scientifically rock
Look.
a boat, I'm sure.
I'll be frank.
As long as you write it down, it's all science.
I have a lot of work to do all the time. I've a lot of things I collect, a lot of things I like to look into. And, well, I know you're from the Lyceum. You're no stranger to field research. And the rest of you, well, I recognize the Varma name, and I know an Ilrigo when I see one, and I recognize your family, Ali, let's say. And, well,
Thank you.
Ria, I believe the name is. Don't know much about you, but if ever a Kitsune comes through Benzard, and I like to make a business of saying hello.
Hi. You said
So-
you collect things. Can I see?
Oh God, no! From my report of you,
Oh.
you'll just mess it all up or steal something.
it's true.
Des,
Yeah.
with his patter and all this, do I get the feeling that he's trying to collect us?
Roll me an insight check.
Ooh.
Okay, that's gonna be a 18 total. 13 plus 5.
Perhaps he might like to collect good adventurers for under his employ.
Okay, cool.
But
Getting Slughorn vibes from this guy.
look, at the end of the day, you're going to hear from a lot of people, I imagine, whether it's the Lyceum, whether it's Lady Tavis. Thank you for not going to her first. That's going to be a chip on my shoulder. Anyway, but look, I wanted to make myself known early in the game. You'll hear more from more people. I'm sure get more people looking into you, but
Are we the first?
you're the first I felt worthy to. I want to reach to. Lady Tavis may cast a wide net, but I'm not looking for any and all. I'm looking for few and great.
Is that what sets
Yeah.
you apart from everyone else, or?
I am not great. Have you seen me?
I mean, this place is pretty great, but what sets you apart
This
from
is
them?
generational. This is
Okay. All right.
but what
So
sets me
what do
apart
you
from
like?
what do I like? I like my books. I like researching. My family has long since found ties to the War of the Gods and the study of the old gods, and I find them quite interesting. And I find ancient relics of pre-humanity era quite interesting. I find research. I've honestly, Leo, you've probably seen a lot of the stuff I've donated to the Lyceum, if not by name. I don't generally put my name on it, but a lot of the stuff in there I send over.
I've seen some of your requests come through the Antiquity Exchange.
Oh. Don't tell people my spending habits, please.
I'm just gonna drop that one down there.
look, we'll not talk about spending habits on impulse purchases. But I am familiar with
Seen
your
his Amazon
family.
wish list.
I've heard of their own museums.
Rhea gets really excited. She's like, wait, if you spend a lot on impulse purchases and you said that you talk to us by impulse, does that mean that you plan on giving us a lot of the money stuff?
I mean, I could.
And she like looks over like she's done a good at Leo, like, be proud of me.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
If I'm given apt reason, yes. But I was raised to be smart with my purchases, so
But you just said you spend a lot on impulse, and you said you got us a letter based on impulse. That's like the same
I
thing.
don't think impulse buying historical artifacts is quite the same.
Yeah, that's more.
I mean, a
you know.
person can do a lot more than a shiny thing sitting on the ground.
Well, that's why you're
Rhea,
here.
how-
Because
Or
Depends on
Rhea,
the
how much
person
do you
and the
think a
shiny thing.
historical artifact is? Just out of curiosity.
I mean, it's just a bunch of old crap. Paparelli's got a ton of that.
That's incredibly reductionist.
I mean, it is.
A bit too much.
It can be interesting old crap.
It
Yeah,
could be.
that's-
I think we're getting a little bit
Okay,
sidetracked.
everybody thinks the things that I like are really stupid, so why can't I think the other things are stupid?
I don't think the things that you like are stupid.
no,
Everybody
give it a
else
chance.
does,
What are
though.
things you like?
I like walking through the woods on a cold morning and seeing the dew on the grass and watching the flowers grow. And I don't like all of
Feel like
the
I'm reading
stone and stuff.
someone that's promoted the brass lungs to promote their interest in finding a suitor.
What's a brass lung?
They
Oh,
spread
well-
news and such throughout the city.
You'll see the bells.
Weird.
The people with the big bells, the big magic glowy
Oh,
bells.
the
Bad
loud
interests, but,
people.
like,
Got
that's-
it.
Yeah.
Those are just hobbies. Like,
Speaking
I
of
mean-
Isn't
interests,
collecting stuff a
I'm
hobby?
so-
Zeki, what are
I'm surprised.
what are
that-
your interests in this? What are your interests in the 10th realm?
honestly, other than the chaos it causes in the city, nothing. I don't really care for it all that much. It's definitely something that has to be dealt with. Should be closed. Obviously, it's better if we can find out who did it. But at the end of the day, it's a portal that can and will be closed by a mage once they've figured out what it does. But I'm mostly interested in the people who are foolhardy enough to throw themselves into that well, because that's the sort of people I need to send into ruins.
Okay.
So this is
see
an
what you're
audition.
This is an audition,
You're a talent scout.
somewhat.
I like
I
it.
suppose.
I like it.
And we wouldn't be having a business decision if we weren't talking terms. What's in it for us?
Well, I have connections. I have, for the right people, quite the trove of information to share. Work that can lead you to greater heights, and for greater research rather than the more frivolous work that some of the people in the city may send you on. Specifically speaking, I can help a lot of the financial matters that some of you may face. Kind of resting at Aurelian. I can help
Do you know anything
those.
about... Sorry. I wasn't trying to cut off. Sorry.
That's okay.
Do you know anything about the Ember Rifts?
I was actually one of the people that was called in when they saw one in the arena. After that, I was brought to the Lyceum to help research it because, well, there's certain connections to information that I wouldn't feel comfortable giving out to people not under my employ.
Is this bullshit or is this
Roll me an insight.
There's
that's going to be a dirty 20.
They're trying to.
Can I
That's
also roll
confident.
insight?
Can I just make a general insight? Not anything specific, but just like in general on how much he's been bullshitting us with anything.
Vibe check.
Yeah.
Less of a vibe check, more of just
Roll
a
for vibe
constant
check.
bullshit check.
Roll for vibe check is my favorite kind of roll.
So good.
Ooh, that's good. 23.
Sweet. You notice that Egarth makes a lot of effort to look very plain.
Yeah.
And you feel like what you would expect with a lot of nobility is to over embellish of what they can do and have. You feel like he is underselling himself.
Right. Good man.
You know a lot about the emperors. Do you know how to close them? Do you know how to stop them?
We're working on it.
Okay.
What does that
We-
mean?
And
Who's we?
The Lyceum.
Oh.
The people they summoned for it. Other people within my network that are confidential to me that I have enlisted in this to help me.
You said you're working with the Lyceum.
I have more connections than just the Lyceum.
Oh, I was asking. You said that you were working with them.
No, they brought me in and I passed on the information to people I thought could help.
Oh.
Okay.
well, Lord Kolana, your offer is very generous, and it is very kind of you to know of my circumstance. However, I don't think you're aware of the fact that, upon completion of this task, all of my financial worries will already have been taken care of. So
What
what
do you
else do you
mean?
have to? So what else do you have to offer,
Other than everything I just said.
other than everything you just said?
I like the confidence you speak with, but there is other teams trying to do this mission as well. You're not guaranteed that money, so that is as it is. The other
You
thing
said
I
the
could
offer
offer you,
still stands regardless of if we win.
I don't care for the winner, I just care for the brave.
Okay.
But I definitely have more than just money. Like, I have, as I said, friends, I have connections, I have other work you could do, I have other things you could look into. I have other things that could help you along your way on various tasks of whatever might interest you. I think you're misinterpreting quite exactly what I want. I'm not looking to purely control what you do. I'm looking for partners. I want to see you succeed in whatever you want to do. I just need people who are foolhardy and brave enough to help me when I ask for the favors.
Can I make an insight check?
You
What
can.
kind of favors do you ask for?
Diving into ruins of dangerous origin that I don't want to do myself.
Okay.
That's a 20.
I've already done that before.
He seems quite genuine in his approach.
No ifs, ands, or buts after that.
Not that you can pull.
I think that clarifies it. What
You know,
got.
I can make this more interesting if you'd like. If you win.
Tell.
If you do that, regardless, let's make a wager. If you're the group that solves it, I'll match the reward. And you don't even have to work for me for that. But if you're not the group that solves it, you still got to go into one stupid ruin for me.
I mean that.
What was the reward again?
2,000
It's like
gold.
2,000 gold.
And that's a lot.
That is
yeah.
a lot.
Okay.
So, Des, AJ doesn't have a mind for business, but Ali does. Does that sound like a pretty good deal?
That's a
terms of
very
what she
good
would
deal.
make?
Very
a
good deal.
very
Yeah,
yes.
good
cool. All good.
I mean, I know a lot of the ruins around this part of the world anyway, so.
No, ruin of my choice.
Yeah,
Right
we
on.
don't get to pick it.
Oh, I
Rhea.
didn't.
Yeah.
Oh. But I've also traveled, like, this entire half of the world every day for the last how many years? I've stumbled across a lot.
I'm going to shoot Aurelian a look.
You tell us which ruin it is, and we'll debate.
Don't have one picked out yet. You'd have to give me time to find something apt for your level. But I'm sure I could get something good. There's
Just looking for a
some
level
camera.
3 ruin. Got it.
there's something interesting over in the
A level 3, perhaps a level 4 ruin.
the northern reaches, just near Mount Ondi. It's upsettingly close to the city of Favendale, but
Okay. All right.
I just like to have a bit of fun with it. It's you don't have like again. I'm just making myself known. Who knows?
I
We
mean-
may not be a good
Listen.
fit, and that's okay too. But
I mean, if you can help me close the Ember Rifts, I'm okay with whatever, mostly.
All right.
Well,
Don't-
I
sounds
think
as-
we have a
sounds as
deal
good
on
of-
this little wager by the sound of it.
sounds like
Think
a
so.
good enough offer to me.
And we will take everything else, I think, into due consideration.
And I'm assuming
Elio.
for you as well, Lord Kalana, that us not responding to Lady Tavis is going to be slightly problematic.
I don't give a fuck. Talk to her. Too much wants. Talk to every possible person who wants to pay you.
And
Fun.
Ellie will hold out her hand for the deal.
Talk to whoever you
Shake,
want.
shake, shake.
Go wherever you want. I see the cocked eyebrows. I see the quizzical looks. My days are long. I've got a lot of them ahead of me, hopefully. I'm just trying to make it a little bit interesting while I do my work along the way.
Okay, well, have a good day. You're just like,
Lord Agath, on our way out, I'll kind of just ask him, how'd you get Lord Tavis's summons?
I stole it.
Awesome.
Any other
So
questions?
that's
Cool. Yeah,
so she
can I,
didn't actually give us a writ.
can I come and have a look at the library one time?
Sure. Is there anything in particular interesting? I'll get books ready on it.
I'll think about it. Seems pretty comprehensive.
Also, for the best of your luck in that, look, in case you go to a Cirrus or something stupid like that, he reaches into his,
Who
his
would go to a
bag
Cirrus?
and pulls out a small vial of this like dark reddy liquid. A potion wouldn't go too astray, and he slaps it into Leah's hand.
Thank you. It's appreciated. We'll take it under consideration. Thank you very much for your offer.
Oh, I'm walking you out. I don't trust her.
Yeah,
That's
you
completely
shouldn't.
fair.
She's an absolute charming delight, but she's a menace.
She's definitely a delight. Yeah. No, she's a menace. No,
But am I your favorite one?
not even close.
Not you. I just met
Yes.
you.
So as you all get guided out of the manor, he kind of stands at the gate and he kind of just leans. And as you walk away, it's just he is very plain. And Leo, maybe you think, oh fuck! When he asked for a tip, I said go speak to someone.
Mm,
To the Lyceum then?
yeah.
Sure.
mean,
I'm
Did you
There
want
is
to
the
see?
thing that
gonna hand the healing potion over to Narasem. Feel like you could use this.
You mean right now, or
Oh,
need
but
to
there's no
hold on to
walking.
it?
I'm just no. Just hold on to it.
Hmm.
Well, I
there
can-
is something
by all means?
to be said that that writ made it to us not through a courier. The summons from Lady Tavis. So
Did she
He
even invite
never-
us at all?
He never embellished upon the fact of whether or not he stole it from someone and it was intended for us, or if he just stole it in general, if he took it from a mailbox, or what have you.
yeah, that's true. But it just
About as vague as a
Mailbox?
lot of other things that he said.
to Tavis
it's a
then.
place where you
To
put
Tavis,
mail
I think.
to get sent.
No, to
Okay, it's
the
okay. I'll
Lyceum.
explain later.
Tavis, though, that's what I thought we agreed
Okay.
on. We said Kolana and then
was-
immediately to
It's-
Hey,
Tavis.
Garth.
On the way to the Lyceum is
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely not the
Kolana.
most efficient way to go.
yeah.
But I
On
think
way
what the
to
party wants to do is
Lyceum,
talk to everyone
we
before they go to
bypass.
bed.
Yeah, we bypass the
Yeah.
Kolana, and then we would go to Tavis. Was what I heard, but we could go
Sure,
to
what-
Tavis
I'm
now.
good to do whatever.
Sounds
Rhea
good.
No,
doesn't care.
The hell with the Lyceum. We should go to the Tavis. We should go to Tavis now. We should start collecting
Yeah.
offers.
Okie dokie.
Oh, I feel as though everyone's just completely against me. We need to know. Well, I'll explain later.
So you need money.
He does.
Yes. We. No,
Why didn't you
everyone
say
needs
something
money, but-
before? If we're doing a whole job thing for money, then why didn't you talk to us?
Well, because I am doing the thing for money already.
How much
This
do you
whole-
need?
This
Yeah.
whole portal business. I know you gave me an amount from a Rinthra. Have I seen anything else?
You've
beyond
seen
that?
collections that are going around. It's a bit in flux right now. I think the original bill you were given was about 2,000 gold.
Yeah.
What do you mean? You told me 500.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, 500 gold. So yeah, so I'm getting confused with the reward.
Okay,
Getting
all
gaslit
right.
I'd
by
say
the
all of
DM.
you've got maybe like 300 gold of that scrounged from like the deposits and
Alright,
everything
so
like, from
we're
the
at like 300
arena.
total. Okay.
Yeah, so you need about 200, which is still like for a level 3 adventure, that's a lot of fucking money.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if we're supposed to be a group and help each other, shouldn't we know stuff?
True. Very true.
This is. To be quite frank, I think both of you are very lovely individuals.
No, you don't.
W- You don't know that.
Yes, I do. I know for a fact that you don't think that.
But
You said so in the tavern when you were talking to these two over here. You called him Tinker Tot and me as pet. I know exactly how you feel.
I thought I was being quiet about that.
Maybe you should lie better. Or just be honest.
I honestly thought I was being quiet about
No,
that.
someone
Alec.
someone
no,
made a
the
roll to
DM
listen
did.
in.
I absolutely did, yeah.
Well
She got,
done,
she got
Jen.
big old ears, man.
So if we're supposed to be working together, maybe you should lie to us less.
This is quite humorous.
It's
Yeah,
bloody hilarious.
It's pretty funny.
I'm just
I would
sitting
just
with
like
the two big fellas just laughing.
Yeah. Popcorn.
The
Ali's found it
requirements-
somewhere.
The requirements for this job were for a group of 4 or more. We are a group of
Okay.
3. Me and Arsam and Ali. We are hoping to get someone who is going to be very malleable, very suggestible, very maybe a bit meat-headed and dense, so that we were able to go and take on this task ourselves.
We obviously didn't
don't
get that.
don't say we.
Yeah,
That was your
where this we
intention.
thing is.
You all agreed to come with me. Not you two.
Yes, but we had
These
no idea
two.
about the meathead thing. And the malleable thing. I don't like manipulating people.
We're not manipulating people. We're trying to fill
You
a
just said you want
quota,
someone
a
who you could
requirement. Somebody easy.
Well, instead you got people who want to work together as a team.
And it makes things complicated.
He
I
doesn't
took
like
this job-
collaborating.
So does lying.
I took this job just for a cut of the gold so I can pay my debts. That's it.
Well,
That's
yeah.
all I had in mind and in interest. I'm sorry that you got teleported into a terrible portal, but that has nothing to do with the fact that I need to pay back this debt to a terrible lawkeeper.
Leo, he's very dense. I'm saying I would have tried to help you even more if I knew what you had writing on this. Idiot. And she walks away.
Give her a second. She'll calm down. She's flares up sometimes, but she's right. You know.
Leo,
Probably should've-
what do you think about your nickname, Tinkertot?
Well, the tinker part's right, but not as.
But, I
young
mean,
as
you're
you
not
think I
that
am.
young.
It's cute, but unimaginative.
Yeah, that's fair.
I give people pet names. I did not think it through, and I did not think.
I mean,
did not.
This whole session is just like I said a thing on a whim and now it's biting me in the ass.
my name for you is still
Story.
Hey You, but I don't know. I don't think that's a good pet name.
Hey, you guy.
And Ali is just you over there, but I'm sure we'll get something better.
Yeah. I mean, thank you for
Look,
at
this
least
could-
learning my name.
Aurelian, this could be mutually beneficial. The word of advice: I'm going to help you, but lean into it. Lean into the dynamic. If my friendship with Rhea has taught me one thing, it's you can't be quite so rigid in your habits and expectations. Sometimes a little bit of chaos is good.
Speaking of expectations, I think directing this to Aurelian and Leo, I think it might be wise if we don't overtly tell too many people exactly who you two are, because, you know, the reason I know Aurelian is because the attempted kidnapping, because he had money. So perhaps not telling people that you are influential and well-known individuals, because that could attract the wrong sort of attention.
Oh, I'm not well known, and my name is.
Yes, but even that. You told 3 random strangers your family name. We could have been anybody. Just don't be too trusting, that's all I'm saying.
To be fair, I don't think anybody said our names. They've been said to us. People know
Oh no, I
of us.
absolutely said my entire name.
Yeah, 100%. That's what Ellie is.
Because every interaction that we've had so far, like everyone's just like, "Oh, you're the Varma kid." So,
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm like, yeah, no, that's out the door for me already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're Big Varma.
Big Varma. No, that's my father. Thank you very much.
Oh no.
I'm little Varma, thanks.
No, excuse you, that's Daddy Varma.
That's Daddy Varma to you.
But yeah, just do be aware, because, you know, I don't think it was explicitly mentioned. People have been out to take your money by force, Aurelian, and I don't want to see a repeat of that for anyone.
Is that what you think that was?
I don't know what it was. All I know is that your father hired us because you were attempted to be kidnapped.
Well, somebody did kidnap me. It wasn't for money. But that's also why I have you two now.
Rhea will kind of like
I will
scroll
heed your
back over to the conversation.
I will heed your warning though.
Oh, hey.
How was your huff?
I don't feel better.
No.
Fair enough.
Here,
That's all right.
have a rabbit.
You'll be fine.
A rabbit will help.
It does.
At the very least, I understand that you're upset by some of my insights.
I'm more upset about you lying about it than trying to make me think that you liked me.
At the very least, we're all in this together, at least for this job, and we'll figure out what happens afterwards.
Good
Say
enough.
Sorry.
I see we've been like kind of like walking a little
Yeah,
bit
it's-
towards.
so-
Yeah.
At this point,
Ellie leans down to Aurelian. Say sorry.
Shut up.
so you
This
get
is your
to this
conscience speaking.
Maybe that will make me feel
large manor, one building, but much bigger than the other one. Much bigger than, like, individually, much bigger than the main house of Lord Egarth Kolyana. It's gated, and the outside is not much filigree on it. It looks relatively new in construction. But as you go there, there's a guard already kind of standing. The armor is much, like, he's got like this half plate, scimitar scabbard at the side, small buckler, and he kind of just looks at you as you all approach. Goes, another one?
Yep.
Rit,
How many today?
you're the third. Right. Kind of rolls it up, opens the door, and you get brought through this lovely manse. And it's dimly lit, kind of just like low lighting. You get brought to this like kind of more of a like a drawing room with a large fire going, kind of leaning back in a large bell chair. She kind of stands up as you all walk in. Not too tall, maybe like 5'9". She's got like long silky black hair, just flawless skin, kind of these like very just striking violet eyes. Hair's kind of just pulled to the side. Just like a very comfortable nightdress on at this stage because it's getting later in the evening. Just like very like simple yet elegant. For Aurelian, the craftsmanship looks phenomenal. She kind of sees you all. She kind of floats her arms. She goes, "Welcome. I'm not sure I know any of you off the top of my head. As she kind of speaks, you see 2 more doors open and personal guards just come in and flank either side of the door, just in with her.
Oh, you didn't send us a red.
I assume you're working on that job for the Lyceum, and you did something. As she waves a finger to one of the guards, and he comes and whispers something in her ear, and she goes, "Oh, okay, that's why. All right. Sensible enough. Can I offer you a seat? Anything to eat or drink?"
I'm okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Could I tell what was whispered, Des?
What's your passive perception?
13.
I'll let you make an active roll.
Nah, that's going to be a 9.
No. So she kind of does another hand wave and you see she kind of clicks one of her rings and that someone brings a tray with just like this fine whiskey and wines and just places it on the table next to her. She goes, "Please, at least have a seat." And she sits down back in the armchair.
Thank you.
You know, there is something that I did want to know. Actually, now that you're offering.
All right.
That robe, is that a Calvia crime?
It is. Handcrafted.
Damn it.
I'm a friend of Kelvia's.
So this is
thing.
So this is a one of one then.
Most of my wardrobe is.
Fascinating.
Oh.
Well, you know, it's very rare to have someone as eccentric as Calvia Crime as your own personal designer.
I'm well connected. I'm influential in the circles I travel in.
Very much so.
I'm told you're all quite the shakers in the current ecosystem that is this portal. Specifically yourself, she gestures to Leo, specifically activated enough to get creatures summoned from within it. Well, no one
Purely
else has done that
scientific.
yet.
I don't think anyone else had that kind of assessment of the situation.
It's all very interesting. I'm sure you're all wondering why I've been bringing people here. Correct?
We have.
Well, it's somewhat of a favor to Ophelia. We run in similar circles. And, well, I have an expert knowledge in, well, portals, magics, woad. I've been offered attempts, well, they've attempted to offer me time to teach in the Lyceum, but it bores me, and my schools of magic are not good for novices.
I'm imagining too many lost interns.
It's
My
just so
magic's
weird
like
how
finite
magic is
resources.
Huh?
But I'm here to help, honestly. You know. I won't lie that I am looking for people to employ if they go well in this, but for now I'm here just to help those that are taking on this task. So if you've questions about the portal, or me, or if you are interested in employing after the fact, if your little group is staying together after that, we can talk that
It's
too.
not so much. It's not really a portal, is it?
Not from what Ophelia says.
Aurelian's just gonna like glare at Ria, just giving that information for free. Just like,
Do I notice?
What's your passive perception?
I don't think it's great for my room. 12.
No.
What do you know about the portal?
So I know it's... So far, we've got a confirmed case in every realm of existence. Some even lucky enough to be brought to this realm of existence, the most boring of the trips. They were shot out somewhere near the capital of Randrim. There's a inclination that perhaps it is... Well, we know. At least I suspect strongly anyway, after my own assessment of it. It is not so much cast by somebody, but it is a nexus that has been implanted by somebody.
Somewhere
And
in
I
the
can
realms of
extrapolate some things
existence?
from that.
Specifically?
Well, it depends on the motive we assess. There is obviously the innate gut reaction that it could be something of Fey origin, specifically for Trixie and Mayhem. They do enjoy such a thing. It could be so much chaos of Zarkoved to get strong emotions from one section to the other. It could be possibly that. It could also be someone from Osiris, but the fact that I have a member of the Nahajad here, I highly doubt that, so I can strike out that conclusion. I feel like you would know, because it's too chaotic for that. So that we can strike out
It's
principle as well. And it feels too ill in intent to be something from Zathel, the dream creatures. They want to experience emotion. This doesn't strike me as that. Unless they're trying to specifically bring someone to their realm to possess, so they're... But Zathel is weird. Your body goes there when you sleep, and then normally a nightmare court creature would enter your body through that. So heading your body there as well isn't exactly something that they want. So that really leaves us with Iverillion. It leaves us with Vitrizian. It leaves us with perhaps Zarkoved. We can rule out Osiris. We can rule out Principle. It's honestly, it's not too difficult to really start narrowing down what possibly it could be. It could be Rebosa. We do have some, both good and bad, deities, let's say. And, well, you can never really be too sure what the motive of one or the other, but it seems small scale for when we've seen divine beings affect the plane of mortals. It's low scale for that. It could also be just something completely beyond any logic or reason, and that puts it as cast a thought. So, really, there is, what? Maybe 5 of the 9 possible realms it could be, with 4 of them being far more likely.
Respectfully, 6.
Explain.
Kratos.
I would imagine if someone in Quentus was doing that. So I can assure you it's not. I've studied many different ways of casting magics. That is not cast by humanity's hands. They could be on Quentus. You're not wrong, but
The magic
Not
is
in
not of
Quintos in
Quentian origin.
But they're not of Quentos.
exactly.
Aurelian's gonna really quickly just look at the guards are still here?
Yeah.
Are they still like very like posted?
Oh, they're statues.
All of this information and all of this insight is rather useful. You want to tell us why you're telling us all this?
Ophelia Blackwood was a good friend of mine.
He did say it was a favor.
And as I said, I am looking for people to employ. I won't make any attempt to hide it. People who can act on these things with discretion and expertise is always something that I'm going to be on the lookout for. So, if it gives me a chance to eye up the new blood in the region, why not?
Can I ask a
Um,
question?
yes, you
go
may.
first.
I was gonna just do a general like, bullshit detector vibe check type thing.
Go for it.
Oh, nat 20 for a 25, baby.
We love a good vibe check.
You get that everything around this room is very strategically placed to be somewhere to receive people. Everything in here is done with intent and purpose. Everything
Structured.
is structured, which leaves very little room for something that. It leaves very little room for an unwanted element of hers to make its way in here.
She doesn't like surprises.
So I apologize in advance. I know the realms. It's just I don't usually use the names, so I'm not super great.
Oh,
with
well,
it.
you've got the
Oh.
Tower of the Abyss, the demons, Zarkoved. You've got the encroaching Shadowlands, plane of negative energy, which is Iverillion. You've got
Yeah.
the Land of Angels, Rebosa, but I don't genuinely think it's them. And then you've got the shifting storms of chaos of Kosathor. We can get more finicky with the moons if we really wanted to, but I would categorize them within their own realms, so I'm not going to worry about the moons.
I think I'm more interested out of the five that you said that it would be the ones that weren't just simply for chaos, because if it wasn't simply for chaos, it would have to be for some other strategic reason. And it seems weird that if they had a strategic reason that they would also involve the realms that we don't believe would be responsible. Unless they're intentionally trying to misguide and throw people off and they're trying not to keep it like their involvement understood or no.
Have there been any attempts that you know of to control where people are sent?
It's not been around really long enough for us to start doing that.
Okay.
I have ways I think I could, but that would mostly involve throwing in a device to throw an anchor through, so a
Okay.
cord to travel along, but I don't know how long it would last.
That was just what interested me the most.
Well, I think if it's not for chaos, that is something that is interesting. It's a very ineffective way to get whatever means you're so seeking. The only thing that concerns is the fact that it's growing, but
Yeah.
it's also, I
also
suppose,
think
not so much. It's not so much a asked or question that they're considering, but I've posed it once or twice now. Perhaps it is also just purely a distraction to get our attention away from something else, because they know we're going to study it rather than just close it. It was my opinion that we should have just gotten rid of it like a nuisance that it was from the get-go. But they wanted to study it in the Lyceum, so let them do that.
That would be the prudent thing to get rid of it, but fair.
How long
And,
have how long have they known? How long have these portals been around?
Just under a week, I think.
And how long
I've-
ago did we hear about the first Ember Rift, Des?
About 2 weeks. Was I think what I
How
said
long
for
ago
the
was
arena
mine?
was about 2 weeks, week and a half, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Your
Mine was
Ember
a while
Rift was
ago.
about a month.
Yeah.
Cool.
Can I insight check that just to make sure that's true?
Yeah.
16.
16. Yeah.
16.
Yeah. It's all structured. Feels like information she's been telling a lot of people.
Well, shall we get to the chase then?
By all means.
Lord Colana knows of the net that you're trying to cast and knows that you're trying to get members under your employ.
Yes, I've been told one of my couriers that was out to meet all of the admittees was waylaid by a vagabond in the streets matching the description of Lord Agoth.
Yes, well, we went to go see Eggy first. And he has offered us a deal up front that involves 2,000 gold coins.
That doesn't surprise me. He was always very loose with his purse.
Along with general connections as to wherever Lord Colana is able to get that information from. And perhaps a further job opportunity. Now, the reason why I'm telling you this is, what is your offer?
Well, I don't know how all of you work exactly yet. I don't know how best to put you to use if I was to do so.
We
It
don't
would
know
be
what
some-
kind of jobs. We don't know what kind of jobs or whatever offers, whatever tasks you have for us as well. So it goes
Well.
both ways.
I can put it this way. The ways in which I would move my pieces on the board would probably see a hell of a lot more comfort in life than Lord Egarth would, at least in terms of where you stay. You may be on the road a bit more for him, but we both have a strong network of informants and information networks. I won't deny that. Lord Egarth is very well set up in Arvora, but I'm of Mantarathia. We are the ambition of Quenthus. We are the ones who are seeking to do those that are drastic and great. Those that are daring and bold. Lord Egarth is very concerned with the past, ruins and the like. Mantarathia has ever been striding forward, but concerned with the future.
I'm gonna look over at Leo and go, Leo,
Yes?
the task at hand, the headmaster. When he presented you with the device, did he say that we fail if we use it?
No?
It's a way to make sure we don't die.
It's insurance to make sure we get home. Nothing more, nothing less.
Lady Tavis, what you see in front of you here is a willing party of very eccentric individuals with unique talents. You know your way around portals and getting around as well as anyone. You are also very well connected to Ophelia Blackwell, an individual who stumbled into this portal and was able to make their way back unscathed. Here is what I suggest the offer should be. Match whatever Aggie has for us, and give us resources and abilities to get back as many times as we would like. Pointing to the device. By that means or other means necessary. You will have a competent party, individuals who are willing to go into this portal and do exploration. We all have skin in the game, as they say. We want to see these portals closed for our own personal measures and collect as much information as the next person. I'm going to guess, out of all of the people that you've seen today, that I'm the only one to make a counteroffer.
You're wrong, but I like your confidence. There's a group from the Shadow Paradox, and they are a certain weight to be thrown around with their own name. So, but must say, roll me a persuasion check.
Oh,
Bard's
Not
gonna
gonna
bard.
bad.
Bard gonna bard. I mean, I've got a pretty good modifier on with 24.
Boy.
I must say, it's an interesting proposition. If I'm to match anything of Lord Egarth's, I would need to know the confines of the deal.
There were two. There was a wager, and then there was talks of a long-term contract. The wager was if we win, we
Rhea?
match.
I'm going to I'm going to like
Snap
going
at
to
her.
say-
Yeah.
I'm going to I'm going to say stop, and I'm going to cast command.
Oh, you get counterspelled immediately by Lady Tavis.
I mean, I hear you snap at me, and I'm like, that's kind of
Let
rude.
the girl speak. Rhea,
mean,
dear,
for the-
darling, please.
Yes. So for the original deal was that they'll match whatever we get, and if we win, and if we don't, I think we went through a ruins, as long as the ruins was something that we were capable of. I don't remember what the other one was though. To be honest, I kind of stopped paying attention because he said he didn't trust me enough to let me see a shinies.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Interesting.
That was like, what was it? He's called it a bet, a wager, something like that.
Wager, yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
just for funsies. Because he liked us.
All right. Uh, well,
And then the other thing had a bunch of freedom or something in it. So,
interesting. All right. Aurelian, you're working under strenuous time currently. I can understand why you would want to be getting as much gold as possible.
Oh, so now you know who I am.
I know far more than I let on, darling. Here's my offer. I can help you. As many portals in and out as you so wish. I should know I'm the one that provided those devices to the Lyceum. No word of it said to anyone, of course. You win. That's good money for you. Lord Agarth is a interesting man. He does many good works that I would be interested to see come to fruition, so I don't see why we can't have a bit of fair play on both sides. But so your attention is not unfocused, I shall pay off your debt to the Lawmaster that you so need for now, under the condition that you will, of course, pay it back to me, no interest. But should you fail to pay it back within the next 4 months, I will then come to take what is mine.
I would much rather you just match his wager.
That's not fun for me.
Well,
Respectfully, Lady Tavis, that does nothing for us.
Quite on the contrary, you can head in and out of that portal as many times as you so wish with me. That does lots for you.
I missed
That
that.
is true.
Thank you.
I think we're going to need a little bit of time to consider our options,
Absolutely.
Lady Tavis.
fine.
And I have more that I can offer to each of you individually, if need be, should we work together.
What do you know about Ember Rifts?
Admittedly less than Lord Agarth, but my knowledge on it is rapidly growing.
Enough that you'd be confident they could match or outpace it?
I feel like I could, yes. With
Insight
certain
check.
means at my disposal.
Is that okay?
But
Can I make an insight check?
you can.
17.
17. She's very confident in her words.
What do I
Just
need
give
to
us,
know?
just give us a few moments.
Take as long as you need.
What time of the day is it? It's evening, you said, right?
It's evening. Yeah, it's getting late.
Come to
What
me
is
tomorrow
the,
evening if you so wish. You can have a day.
Tomorrow evening. Thank you.
But
Most
A
gracious
day,
of you.
a day it is.
should things come to fruition down the line, consider this. My knowledge can outpace many people, given enough attention to a specific resource. I have the troves of Mantarthir's studies within a reach if there's a specific school of knowledge you so wish to access. And well,
Leo's eyes expand.
blood curses are also a specific interest of mine.
Like generational one? Like what the woad does?
Not altogether undifferent. Can I have you anything for the
Fair
road?
enough.
Name?
Ali just polishes off a glass of whiskey. I'm good, thank you.
But
Thank you for your hospitality, though, and for your relative straightforwardness.
It was my pleasure. Any closing questions?
not at all, thank you.
No.
And nods one of the guards who finally moves, and you're like, "Oh shit, that wasn't a statue." And he kind of steps forward to guide you out.
Thank you.
For the amount of DMs I'm getting from everyone right now, be like,
Right.
Oh,
Well-
well.
to
Lyceum
the realm.
or...
No,
Pub.
not here. We're not going to speak here.
Let's go back to the realm.
We're not going to the realm, and we're not going to the Lyceum.
I mean,
Hmm?
it's kind of where I'm staying. We could go there, but where do you want to go? Immediately random tavern, inn, cafe?
No,
Where
we're
are we
going to
headed?
go where we're going to go where I know that there are no ears.
The arena.
The arena.
Right.
Do I know what the arena is?
"Oh yeah, you know what the arena is." No one in Venzerden does not know what that arena is. It is.
It's like the local footy stadium, basically.
It is a
Oh, TFCG.
coliseum.
Yeah.
It is the
Yeah.
Kalari Arena. It is where martial arts gladiators and warriors of all kinds come to test their skills in combat. It is large. It is beautiful stonework. It is been in the Varma family for generations, heralded by various groups of gladiators that have seen it be strong and good.
Hmm.
Recently, though, it's become scrutinized under the most recent lawmaster, who suspects there may be something more like
Icky.
blood, like fights to the death and stuff going on underneath. But by all means, it is a popular destination for tourists and locals. It is not uncommon for a strong population of Venzerden to come here and try and see the various spectacles that get put on. The owner, Vikram, was known to be almost like the like champion of the people in that sort of district. You know, a lot of people would go to him as like
Yeah.
the local kind of community leader.
Ali
Cool.
will take point in leading the way.
Is it a long walk?
It's
We're
a,
in Mentor Theater.
it's like I think it's like about halfway across the other side of the city. It's like it's more. I think it's from memory anyway. It's on the Arvograd side of that like political split.
Well,
So
he's on the
No,
Arvograd
it's on the
side?
Montarathier side, so it's
Yeah.
it'll be closer.
We're
I'm
in
thinking.
Not as
Yeah.
far.
Mhm. Yeah, we're at Lady Tavis's right now,
Yeah.
so it should be not too far away.
Yeah, I'd say maybe.
It's
And I
evening,
kind of-
is there
yeah.
like street food we can pick up on the way past?
No need. In the arena, there is going to be troves, as you're aware, of chicken rice.
Oh yeah,
Troughs
true.
and troughs.
God damn it. Fucking buffet.
Those poor chickens.
They
No,
might
just
be already.
unseasoned white chicken, white rice. Just protein for protein's sake.
And
Ellie has a little
while we're
bag of
traveling,
seasoning.
yeah, while Ali leads the way, I'm going to explain to them, to the group that like, the reason why the arena is probably the best place to talk is because everybody who was there, everybody who was a fighter who took part in a contest was fiercely loyal to Vikram, and those who left after the news dropped very much were clearly needed to be weeded out. So, if anybody were there, they're not going to be
It's
bought
safe.
by anyone here.
Good.
The information will be ours. We need to talk about negotiation, Ria.
What do you mean?
You do not just give information freely to other people.
Why? She did that.
She did not.
She gave us so much information just because she knows Ophelia. What do you mean?
And
That was a favor to someone else. That was free.
according to who?
The whole thing? What do you mean?
According to Lady Tavis, it was a favor from Ophelia.
Yeah, and she gave a bunch of information to other people too. It seemed like she was lying. Do you think so?
But how many people has she seen?
2 before us.
And how do you know that for sure?
The guard.
The guard, and also we know from multiple people that she was handing out multiple letters, even by the letter itself being very generic.
Right. What do you think she's doing?
She's trying to find whoever she wants to work with the most by asking a bunch of people.
She's trawling for information, Ria.
But she obviously has a ton of it already. Why would she need us for that?
Because we have insights that she doesn't.
I don't know. She know way more than we did.
She knows more about the things that we didn't.
Exactly.
However, there are things that we know exclusively.
Like what?
Also, when it comes to negotiating deals, I know that I said that I was being very upfront about
Yeah.
Eggy's offer.
Yeah.
However, it's not necessarily as transparent as that.
So you lied about being upfront.
I was upfront.
But you're mad at me for being upfront.
Yes.
But I'm doing the same thing you did because you said you were going to be upfront.
I look over at Leo.
I'm sorry, I'm not her boss. You're on your own here.
Okay. Well, Ria,
No,
there
I
are-
just, no, I'm not trying to be like rude or anything. I just didn't. I don't understand. You
there's-
said we were being upfront, and then you
there's-
were upfront, and then I was upfront. So why?
yes,
why
but
is
there's
it bad when I'm
nuance
upfront, but when
here.
you're
There's
upfront?
more to it. There's more to it than just being straight up front. There is nuance to it. I provided information that would allow us to get a better deal. You gave information away for free.
What do you?
What the
Do you
Realmhunters
remember
is
what I said
trying
to-
to say is that there are degrees to these things. There are certain degrees of how upfront, I think, is what he's saying. It's not everything. How to best put this? I was going to use an analogy that wouldn't work. I'm just going to
Use
say
the
it anyway.
analogy that doesn't work.
Why?
Putting
Because
all
he
of your
uses-
cards on the table. You don't want to do that. You put some there, enough on there to get what you want and to appear honest and straightforward, but not enough that you have nothing left in reserve.
Why not?
Because then you have nothing left to bargain with.
But why? I don't understand why we need to bargain in the first place. Like everyone's on the same side.
Not everyone.
Why is
is on
everyone
the
asking
same...
like everyone's not?
Because we're all on
You're
different
all-
sides, yeah.
Ria,
Why? What do you
Because
mean?
that is how
Everyone
the
here
world
is like a
works.
member of like this whole group. Everyone's supposed
No.
to be here for the betterment of the group. Why wouldn't they be? You're all like humanity of the city.
That is not how it works, unfortunately.
and I kind of give
Would
like a
you-
knowing. I kind of give like a knowing look to Leo, just knowing that like we're on we're from two sides of the opposite, like two opposite sides of the same coin.
Bria, do you
That
remember when I
doesn't
was?
make sense.
Do you remember when I was talking about my family?
Yeah, you don't get along.
Precisely right. We have very contradictory motives.
Which is why you left.
Yes, but there's no leaving this.
But a group is supposed to work together for their survival, or else you're
So-
enemies.
We, Team 5, are all on the same time, all on the same team. Aurelian's point is that, well, yes, Kalana and Tavis are in the same city, they're not on the same side.
But that
Tavis-
doesn't.
They're
You don't
a-
keep enemies where in your home. That doesn't make sense.
They're not in each other's
Sometimes
homes,
does.
though.
We're
But the-
also
They have different houses.
But the whole thing is their home.
Oh,
No.
God.
There is.
Like, well, everybody
I'm
calls like
afraid-
this place home, right? Because whenever people leave, they're like, "Oh, I'm from Vinzeridan. Oh, I'm from this thing. I'm from that thing." It's your home.
Yes, but
You
they want to
claim
be
it,
Yeah.
all of it.
they want to be the boss of the home.
There is a saying that might be useful. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
That's stupid.
If you keep your enemies or those who you are at odds with closer to you,
they
then
can
you
stab
can
you in the throat.
sometimes it can also sometimes give you more information than if they are the other side of the continent.
You can't do a
You
lot with
know-
information when you get stabbed in the throat.
A lot of creatures call the world their home, but a lot of them also have their own territories, their own areas that they protect against other creatures
Exactly.
that live in the world.
They stay separate.
But it is still, people would call them beings from the world,
But
regardless.
they don't interact with each other unless they're fighting.
But- Yes, precisely. Whereas
But no
when
one's
we
Wolf and a bear
fight,
fighting.
can cross
when
paths.
humanity fights, it is not always straightforward spears and swords in each other. We are more civilized than that.
I wouldn't
Yeah, I
use
wouldn't use
civilized.
I don't know if I would call any of this civil.
I would. Yes,
It's
it is
just
civil. It is
confusing and
ordered.
stupid.
It makes sense if you're raised in this world.
I was gonna say I don't mean this bad, but I think I do mean this bad. You Cobblekin are confusing.
Ria!
Goblikin, I like that.
What? You
I
call
like
me
it.
woke folk? What's the difference?
Goblikin,
You
I
got
like
the
it. I
hard
kinda
C
like it.
there.
It's kind of yeah. It fits. It really fits.
You call me woke folk, and everybody says it with a little sneer all the time. What's the difference?
Hey, I don't say it with a sneer.
No, I don't
What do you
mean
mean?
you. I mean like all of the people around. I mean, a lady said that I was going to be the downfall of her tavern or something because I didn't understand your stupid money economy, stupid shit.
Yeah. People are complex and confusing. Everyone is complex and confusing.
Everyone
Life's
is.
confusing.
The world
Ria, you-
is also very confusing.
It's really not.
Ria,
Quite
Yes,
close.
it is. There are portals you can walk through that take you anywhere just because the world decides to put it there on a certain day at a certain point.
And
It
apparently
is
here, and
confusing.
apparently here, people who are supposed to be your allies are actually your enemies, and you can't trust anybody.
Ria, let me
Yes.
explain. The territories within the world itself, who takes over when it's
What do you
time
mean?
for somebody else to take power,
What do
to
you
take
mean?
control of the area?
No one takes control of an area. What do you mean?
Well, then how do you value wealth, or how do you value
So
anything?
What do you mean wealth?
if a bear is controlling a particular hunting ground, or is
Yes.
the biggest predator in a particular area,
Yes.
and then the bear dies,
yes.
perhaps of old age or something like that, who moves in after them?
That's another strong bear. Or another strong animal that needs the resources.
Imagine, if you will, a very strong bear in
Mhm.
a forest
Yes.
controls a rather large territory.
Okay. Be strong enough
And-
to defend it.
Exactly. And let's say that there is a line of succession in which that bear's offspring.
That's not how it works.
It's not how it works, but pretend it does.
Why? Your analogy's already fallen apart because that's not how it works.
Because that's how it works here.
But why? Why doesn't the person who's just best for the job takes care of everything?
I believe it's a rule called dibs.
Yeah, or finders keepers.
Well, finders keep. No. I get yelled at all the time for finders keepers.
That's not going to work, Ali.
Damn.
Ellie, if I may, let's pretend for a moment.
A man yelled at me because I took an apple.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah, that's
pretend
fair.
for a
Goat.
moment. Let's
the
pretend
goat
for a
was
moment
whole thing.
I
that
don't understand how you can own someone.
Don't go
That's
to
just
Favendale.
weird.
Favendale, they'll show you.
literally
exactly
going
how
to
that happens.
Favendale.
They will literally. show
Ria
you
doesn't
how that happens.
understand how somebody can claim like ownership over a goat's
That's
life,
what I'm
let
trying
alone
to, that's what
another
I'm trying to
person's life.
explain right now using the
I
bear
know.
analogy.
Yeah,
I know, but
yeah,
your
we're gonna need a
analogy's not
whiteboard for
going
this,
to work.
guys.
Just like, if a bear is somewhere and they're in charge, they chase out all the other bears.
And what happens
It
when
doesn't
an
agree with the other bears.
and what happens when an equally strong bear comes to
They
encroach
fight
on
to
their
the death.
territory?
And then
Welcome to the
whoever-
welcome to the fight to the death,
This is
otherwise known as Venzerden.
What do you mean? But there's like, okay, but that's the problem because like all of the bears are in the same place, and they just like stay there and they chill, they vibe, and no one fights.
They
that's
do
why I
fight,
don't
it's
understand.
over a
Imagine-
longer period of time.
You just need to imagine as if Venzerden itself is a spring, a freshwater spring within a forest. It sits right in between both of these bears' territories, and both of the bears want the spring.
But nobody lives at the spring because everyone comes and goes to the spring. Like this place, like I don't mean like I know you probably
I
think
f-
I'm an idiot or I'm stupid, but like this is fundamentally different from the Woad.
I
Like-
understand,
don't-
and I'm trying to explain why it is fundamentally different and why things are the way they are here.
And for the record,
But you're just
I
using
don't think you're
analogies to act
stupid.
like they're the same when they're just not. You're not explaining why they're different. You're just trying to show that how similar they are when they're not similar at all.
I feel like we will get nowhere. To be honest.
currently.
Yes.
I would agree.
And I can't use the
This
history
is currently
from...
futile.
Yeah.
On all accounts.
Okay, let me explain.
Welcome to
Just
the
very,
fight to the
very
death,
quickly.
Aurelian.
Aurelian,
Welcome
you've
to the
tried to
fight to the
explain
death.
like 7 times.
I understand.
Yes, I don't think one more is going to help.
No.
I am from the Mantera side.
Okay.
Leo is from the Avora side.
Okay.
We can work together. But based on where we're from, unfortunately, comes history and stigma.
It doesn't belong to us. It just comes with the territory.
But you left your territory.
And I don't
Yes.
fairly represent mine. But
Then
the
why are you
conflict is
taking
still
off on
the
additional
conflict is
stuff?
still there. The people who are leading that conflict are people like Lord Kolana and Lady Tavis.
I'm going to pull
What?
out the small sprig that I got in the woad.
Mhm.
I'm not in the woad anymore,
No.
Ria. But the promises that I've made to the woad still apply, right?
Yes, but they're your promises.
They are attached to me, but I'm no longer in the woad.
Yes.
You made an oath.
Same sort of thing. I think
But
it's
they're
getting
not-
a little bit. I think it's getting a little bit around. We'll come back to this. I think.
Okay.
Just I don't mean to shut it down. I'm-
No, I appreciate it because to
we're
be
going to
honest, it's too much and I don't understand and I'm just making everyone mad.
No, you're not making everyone
No.
mad. It's a very difficult thing to try and explain. It's like
Mm.
it's like
Because
when I
really-
tried to explain the ownership of the goats. It's not. It's a. We're not frustrated. It's just very difficult for us to try and take ourselves out of a world in which we've been, our whole life. And
'Cause it
the
really
funny,
just feels like-
the funny thing is that it's very hard for us to do that. But you're currently doing it now. I'm sorry if
just-
it sounds like we're grumpy, but we don't mean to be grumpy.
It just feels like you took the wolves and you took the bears and everything that fights together all of the time, and you put it in a box, and then you told those things that they're not allowed to fight anymore, but that they have to be friends, but that they can't be friends because they're all trying to do the exact same thing for each other, but that's okay, instead of just that's
Can I
natural, that everyone's supposed to just be together like that, even though they're not friends.
That
can
is
I
actually
ask you a
the
question?
perfect analogy.
But then but isn't
Can I
humanity
ask-
supposed to be together?
Narasem?
Yes, please go ahead.
How with your what do you call them? The ones that raised you, your
My Granny and
Parents?
Paparelli.
yes, those. How did they explain concepts to you?
What do you mean?
How did they explain things to you?
They
Like we're
usually
trying to
just-
do here, how did
He's
they
asking how you
say
were
it in
taught.
terms of saying when they told you that Yundav was a place that you shouldn't go to alone and all of that, like you were saying, how did they describe that?
I mean, they took me to Yundov and they kind of pointed it out and they told how big and complicated it was. And I was like, yeah, that doesn't look like fun.
So you just listened? You didn't
No,
question?
we went and we looked at it and I went, eh.
Right. But so they didn't explain these things to you then? There was nothing there?
I mean, I wasn't interested, so I didn't ask.
That's
But
fair.
other
That's
things
very
then.
fair.
Let's move away from the Yundav then. How did they explain other things to you?
Concepts of magic.
Precisely magic.
Oh, magic is easy. Magic was my favorite. I just do it. And then so does Paparelli. And so we just kind of did it and then he I mean, honestly, like I think Leo's magic is really weird and it's very constrictive. But I don't understand. But I guess it's the only way that he can do it. So I don't know. It kind of feels like trying to like put like putting again a spring. It feels like trying to put a spring in a bottle and then making that bottle go through like different like little tubes or something. Whereas for me, it just flows.
No,
He
Sam,
needs the tubes.
I think you do have a point. Actually, and as a question for Des, how tall is the Colosseum?
I assume we've been like walking towards it this whole time.
I'm assuming we're
probably
there.
here by now.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fair.
I would say the Colosseum is like
Enough to see,
lengthwise
like, the
like
different
600 feet long alone on one
height.
side, like tall, like maybe like 160 feet tall. Like it's like almost like a very close to like what the Colosseum in Rome would be like size wise.
Okay. So, I'm assuming it's dark, but I'm assuming that it is probably like tall enough to the point where like I could point out different neighborhoods in Vinzeridan
From the
of
top, yeah,
Colosseum.
it towers over a lot of it.
Can I just show you what we're trying to explain?
Of course. I'd love to see it.
Okay. Well, whoever wants to go up to the roof, we're going to the roof. Whoever wants food, there's chicken and rice.
I'll grab some food and then I'll climb to the roof.
Yes,
I'll go
come for
grab the
food.
stash of seasoning.
That's not going to be required. I can take care of it.
Okay, good.
And
Leo
when
was
we get
never
up
seen
to-
again once the gym bros realized he could make their chicken and rice taste like whatever they wanted.
They keep Leo locked up in a room, just
Yeah.
make our food taste better.
Magic man.
Magic
Oh,
man, do your
please do-
job.
Give us the flavors without the calories. But I want to take Rhea up to the top of the Colosseum.
Go for it.
And
Everything the light touches.
I think a real eye got a moment.
it really is, isn't it?
I feel like
I wanna
Simba
point out-
understands better.
And I want to just like point out a couple of things because there is a pretty like I'm assuming that like from
Oh,
up here
it's
there's probably
very
like a very
visible,
clear
like, they can-
division. Yeah.
Like
Different
even
colour
just
street lights.
architecture alone.
Do you see how we all live in the same city? However, our preferences, we'll call them, from one side to another.
Yeah.
And you see how there is a division of neighborhoods, and I'll point out a couple of the nicer looking neighborhoods on either side.
Yeah.
As well as people of various different social statuses. And I will point out the people who are probably not doing so well on either side. The different neighborhoods.
Mhm.
None of these people, well, I don't want to say none. Some of these people want to control this entire city, while others, who have no say and have no power, are just looking to get through the day.
Can I give you an analogy?
Go
Please.
ahead.
So you know how on you guys' end, you see my stuff is probably very silly, but for me, like everybody is different, you know? The wolves have their packs, they stay together. The deers have their herds, they stay together. But people are people, you know? And it feels like the people aren't people. It feels like these people are wolves and these people are deer and those people are bears. But you can
Yeah.
look at the animals and you can see. Everyone knows who their friends are just by looking at them.
Yes.
It's,
And
I don't understand why isn't it like that here? Why are the people not on the
well,
But
same
because
even in
side?
what you see
even
in
You're getting chicken.
what you see in physicality amongst in your analogy, wolves look like wolves and bears look like bears. People, there's a nuance of people. There are people with money, there are people with power, there are people with opportunity, and there are people who don't.
How are you supposed to know?
Based on how we speak, how we dress, based on the roles and positions that we have in society, based on how much money we have and how large our homes are.
But you even said in your own home, and I'll gesture to the arena. All of the people here that you've loved and cared about, that some of them were bought or something, and that they're not here anymore. So how are you supposed to know who's on your side?
You don't, Ria.
And you're all just okay with that?
Okay with it is a very objective ideology. The reason why we don't give information to just anyone is because we're not able to 100% trust one another.
It's I don't mean to be judgmental, but that's such a sad way to live.
But it is the way that we know how to live.
But do you want it to be that way?
Ria, I'm just a gladiator arena owner's son. I don't get to choose whether or not I'm okay with it. I simply exist.
Everyone gets to choose. You just might not have as much, I don't know, social standing to do something about it.
Well, we
But
can
like
choose
you
whether
said,
or
like
not.
look at your neighborhoods. If you all get together and you all decide to trust each other,
Well,
then you can change the way you live, right?
that would be nice.
Is it that you don't know how?
I don't think any of us know how.
It's the only way I know how to be.
The world could use some more people like you.
Well, I tried to teach you how to trust, and you tried to teach me how to know who to trust. And maybe we can make the world better together.
Well, once I get enough power and influence, then sure.
It doesn't have to start with a big bit. You can't just tell people how to live. You have to decide together. And then you kick out everyone who disagrees with you so that they can go live together too.
Is that how it works in the world?
Basically. Have you not seen a wolf chase off people to go make their own pack before? I say people, but I mean other wolves.
Doesn't work quite the same way here.
So,
To a degree. To an extent.
as you bash your proverbial head against the wall that is Rhea, sun sets on Venzeridin. Night draws close. You've got deals to make, deals to consider. But first you must rest. Perhaps there's groups ahead of you. You still have to go to the Lyceum, maybe. All that and... Ali, could you roll me a con save?
Too much chicken and rice.
Nat 20.
20. You're okay this night.
You're rolling good tonight.
But that
Let's go,
Mm.
gamer.
is where we're going to leave it.
Mm.
We will see
What
you.
was that? What was that?
What was
We
that,
will
Cortez?
see you.
Huh? Can I roll a
Nothing.
con save?
It's
Uh,
so it's
I
a
don't need
total
it from you.
23.
Ah.
But
You
that's
can't
it.
just put a clock on us like that. Excuse
There
me.
was a tiny bit of me that was wishing for a 1.
I don't think there is. But
Oh, keep your secrets.
I
Damn
don't-
it.
look, my secrets on how to know society works. It is a maddening thing. But we will see you next time.
Mm.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, guys.